Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are diving into one of the biggest forces shaping our weather, the EMOC. It stands for Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation. Sounds technical, right? But trust me, it's just a huge underwater machine that controls heat on our planet. Let's find out how exactly it works and why we need to pay attention. Imagine the Atlantic Ocean has a huge global conveyor belt running through it. The same conveyor belt we see on airports, but it's now a invisible one inside the Atlantic Ocean. The amok is the most important part of this belt. Its job is to act like the planet's heat and cooling system. It moves warm water from the equator to the Europe and pushes the cold water deep down back to the south. The constant loop of water moving from south to the north and north to the south, like the movement of the cold and hot water is all around the world is nothing like the amok. So what powers this giant belt? It's not a motor, it's the water itself. The engine is driven by two things: temperature, that is thermo, and salt. Uh, the second word, like the most important concept, is thermoalign, which is forcing this amok. That is, first word is thermo, that is temperature, and the second word is salt, haline. So, how exactly temperature and salt is powering these like uh, amok? So warm water flows from north and it evaporates and it's get lighter on the like near to the equator. When the water the top water gets warm and it moves towards the pole, and moving towards the pole, some of the part of it gets evaporated, and once the water is evaporated, like the amount of salt in the water increases. Once the amount of the salt increases and the water moving towards the pole also getting colder. So once the water is colder and the amount of salt is now more, so it gets heavier. Once it's heavier, it sinks down deep in the sea. And when it reaches like Atlantic Ocean, it's like very cold. So like we know what's the key: cold salty water is extremely dense and it sinks to the ocean floor, and its sinking action pulls the next batch of warm water behind it. So what's the process act like thermal line exactly works like the saltier water sinks deep down in the ocean, and once it sinks deep down in the ocean, it pulls the next batch of fresh water. And once it pushes the next batch of fresh water, the next batch of fresh water again goes with same cycle. It will move towards the pole, and while moving, some of the water will get evaporated. Once it's get evaporated, the salt will be increased. Once the salt will be increases, the world water will be more saltier. Once the water is more saltier and also cold at the same time, it will again sinks deep down deep down in the sea. And once it sinks deep down again, it will pulls the next batch of the fresh water. The part of the amok we hear about most is the famous Gulf Stream. It starts near the Gulf of Mexico and flows up to the US coast. So it then continues towards Europe as the North Atlantic Drift. It carries a massive amount of tropical heat, like a giant heat battery, I can say, to the northern regions. This is why the amok matters to millions of people. It's basically Europe's central heating system. Without it, the climate in London and Newfoundland, Canada would be similar. How it's similar? Because They are on the same latitude. London, Newfoundland, and Canada all are on the same latitude. Still, because of this amok, northern Europe has like about 5 to 10 degrees Celsius warmer than the other places at the same latitude. That's a huge difference, like 5 to 6, 10 degrees Celsius warmer than Newfoundland and Canada. It's like warmer. So because of this amok only, the hot water is moving towards Europe and making it much warmer than the uh, other regions on the same latitude. The Emok is also a hero in the fighting against global warming. Now, you must be surprised, like how this can help in fighting global warming now. I can understand it's like helping Europe, it's to getting it warmer now, but how it helping us to fight the global warming? It acts as a major carbon sink. Yes, as a major carbon sink. Cold water absorbs like more CO2 from the atmosphere than warm water. So when the cold water sinks, it takes the dissolved CO2 with it and locks it away in the deep ocean for centuries. This this process has significantly slowed the rate of global warming. Once like it's also, I can say, it's like balancing out the amount of CO2 out there in the atmosphere because of this one process. Like the movement of hot and cold water, and like the cold water absorbing more and more CO2, taking it back to the like deep down in the ocean bed and locking it there only, like balancing out the amount of CO2 out there in the atmosphere, and also like helping us to like fight against global warming. So why the big worry? Now the question is, why the big worry? Study shows that like amok is currently at its weakest point in over 1,000 years. Weakest point. It has slowed down like you cannot even imagine, like 15% since 1950s. 15%. This showing down like isn't just a number. It's not just about the 15%. It means the engine isn't moving as much as heat that is required. Like the movement is not same, like it's not moving the much hot water and like cold water, and that like conveyor belt is not like not that fast, and it has slowed down. Now the question is, why it's slowing down? Because the climate change. Only one answer is the climate change. The green Iceland sheet is melting rapidly. This dumps the melting of the green Iceland sheet like dumps massive amount of fresh water into the North Atlantic. The fresh water is lighter than salt. We have already read about like thermohaline. What's the concept means? How like saline water and how the salt and how the temperature affects that, we know that. So now we know once the water will be added, fresh water will be added. So once the warm water moving to the pole, and it was getting heavier and that it was sinking because of that cold and coldness and the amount of salt in it, that it was increasing the density of that water, and because of the high density it was sinking down. Now what is happening? The ice sheets are melting. Because of the melt of the ice sheets, now the amount of fresh water is getting dissolved. Fresh water once will be dissolved. Now the automatically the water with like high salinity will be dissolved. Once the high salinity water will be dissolved, it will make the water lighter, and it will keep like it will sit on the floor, like on the floor itself. It will not sink down. Once it will not sink down at the same rate it was happening previously, it will not, like the movement will be slowed, like ultimately the movement will be slowed. The movement like the movement of that cold water to the in like towards the equator will be slowed down. So again, like putting, what I can say, like the fresh water is acting as a brake to the conveyor belt, causing the entire circulation to stall. Now What's the biggest consequence? The biggest consequence is a paradox. While the world is warming, Europe could be drastically colder. Like, not exactly it's coming the like ice is for Europe, I cannot say that, like uh ice is coming for the Europe. If the MO collapses, places like UK and Scandinavian could see average temperature drop, like not much or not that less also, like, but it's like 3 to 8 degrees Celsius. Like Europe can like face like 3 to 8 degrees Celsius of temperature drop. This would bring more severe winter storms and threaten food production in Europe. The effect doesn't stop at Europe actually. It's not just about Europe, it's about the whole world. How the whole world is connected to Amok, now you're asking, like it was just about the green Iceland, like the ice sheet is melting, and like US East Coast water level will be like affected because I water level was risen up in the US East Coast. The there will be like much colder winters in Europe. Now you're asked like how come the whole world is getting affected. The EMOC is a global connector, I'll say. US East Coast, again, like what we just discussed, like the water level will be increased like up to 1 meter. That is just like saying like it can rise up to 1 meter in US East Coast. The water can rise up. Rainfall, again, now the rainfall will be affected. The tropical rain belt could shift, bringing drought to the Amazon and parts of the Africa. It will bring like less, or it will affect the rainfall in the Amazon and Africa, and like it can bring like severe drought like situation in Africa and Amazon. Monsoons, the vital Asian and Indian monsoons, while which like affect billions, could be disrupted. Now here, this at this part, we Indians as well like getting affected because of this amount, because it will shift the monsoon. It will affect the monsoon and disrupt the natural process going on, so it will disrupt our monsoon as well. The scariest part is the tipping point. The system has two states on, where we are now, and off, a collapsed state, like completely off of this system. Like scientists worry about this pattern, what is currently going on. The history shows like it's a worrying place where exactly we are now. The slowing off of this process, like amok slowing up, is a worrying place. This means that the ocean, once the amok will switches off, even if we cool the planet, even if we cool the planet, it might not turn back on immediately. It could stay off for hundred of years now. If once it's stopped, we don't know like where exactly that tipping point is, but we are moving eventually towards it. So that is the amok in nutshell, a giant engine that stabilizes our climate. A slowdown is already underway, making it one of the most important things we need to monitor actually. Okay, thank you for joining me to explore the depths of ocean's climate engine. Thank you for so much for watching this video and wanting to understand our planet a little better. If you need any sources or more info, check the links below, and you can see the next upcoming videos I'll be uploading for more interesting and such videos. Thank you for joining me.